Hi Virgo, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Virgo, this is your general reading starting today on the 2nd of July. Welcome. I'm incorporating the today's date frequency of that number into the reading as a basis. And so we have number 2 today. So it's all about conversation, communication, and relationships. And it can be about anything and everything because it's a general reading. So that is a good foundation to have. So let's see specifically what's going on for you, Virgo, for the very near future is what I'm asking about. And I'm asking for the highest, most inspirational story that I can find for you right now, for this group of Virgos. And it can also be cross watchers here watching your Virgo, or depending on, like, they can be anybody really, but then the message can really be for you as well, the cross watcher. I always say this because it wasn't too long ago that I learned about cross watchers that it sounds it sounds a bit kinky, like there's a cross watcher, like what is that? So welcome, cross watchers, kinky ones. It's just weird to say. There you go. Wow. Virgo. I don't know. It's like for the past couple of signs, it's like I've been getting almost past, present, and future, or past, present, future. Because it's like, it's almost like we're wrapping things up. It's like I do a little, if people are posting, you know, summer months readings, or this is what happens towards the future, it's almost like I want to say what happened up until this point, and now it's sort of a scratch, like it's a reboot. It's not even a reboot, it's like a brand new beginning. And it's like whatever led up to this place that has now accumulated all of this that we're now moving into. So it's almost like a memoir. It's almost like a memoir for every sign. No matter what age you have, if you're drawn to this channel, you probably lived a lot of life, if that makes sense. So what's coming out here first, and I don't want to lose you guys because it's a bit heavier in the very beginning, but it just speaks about the past. And for some reason that's of relevance, because other than that, relevance leading into the future, I'm not interested in the past. We've already been there. It added something to the now or to the future. Let's go there instead. And it's because you already know that. You can, what happened in the past? Let's go on and see if somebody can tell me what happened in the past. I get that there's some sort of recognition that, oh, okay, so they can pick up what happened in the past, and maybe this is for me, but you already know if this is for you. If it resonates, it resonates. So we have heartache and loss, and I do apologize, the camera reverses the images, so it's going to look mirrored to you when you read this, but I'm reading it out, so just focus on the image. Heartache and loss, it just, whatever happened in the past, it has stretched your heart out. You've become wiser. You've grown wiser, you gain more knowledge, you gain more insight, an expansion and extension of yourself, if that makes sense. It's like you've been in this very... Your heart is... Virgo, it's like your heart has always shone through. It's a very authentic image. It's like, it's a blue border, so it speaks about the authenticity of you, the realness of you. But it's like the heart has been really shining through. No matter what has been going on, the heart has been shining through. And it feels rocky, which is interesting. I just wanted to like mention how the material feels. It feels cement and stone. But it could have been rocky, like an unstable past. But what that unstable past has done is that it has stretched your heart. You see how it has expanded your heart in several directions, and the heart is sitting in your solar plexus. So it's like you've grown your heart, but you've also grown your worth, the love for yourself and the worthiness you feel. And under no circumstance, it feels like whatever you've gone through, whatever you've been through, whatever circumstance you've been through, there's always been a way out. The window of opportunity has always been here. And it means that like the divine has always been able to sort of pull you out of any situation. It's like they come at certain times. If you were close to really end yourself or somebody else, I was going to say, but hopefully not. Something really has taken a toll on you, or something was really not going the right way. It's like the window of opportunity has always been here, or this is like the opening where the divine always has come in with a hand to just pull you out of the situation. Like, okay, to here, but not longer. Like, we need to stop this here. And that's where maybe it has felt like that really went south or sour, or that really did not go well, or, you know, but it also did not go worse than that. It was always coming to a full stop. It had an end. Okay? So it's like we want to talk about that first. It's like we stretch the heart. No situation has happened without you expanding in any, you know, shape or form. And maybe you're still learning about certain things and expanding ever still due to certain situations. But under you've never been through something where it just was piss crap and then nothing happened and you moved on and you were just the same person. Never. You've always expanded. Blue border, we move on to blue border, and then it's like it's been a struggle, conflict, and defeat. It's like you really have tried your best, almost it feels like, tried your best to hit rock bottom. And I don't know, it's like Virgo, it's like you almost have been drawn there. It's like this light. Everybody's walking. This is sort of being set in the walls here. So this is like painted. It's painted on the wall, and this is a real person still in this image. But these guys are painted in the wall, sort of showing you the way up. It's like, let's go upwards. Let's go that direction. And you're like, no, I see the light down here. And you're like, the whole freaking sun is out here. Nope. Virgo's like, no, there's a flicker of a light down there, and I'm going down there. So whatever area this has been, or maybe the real Virgo that you are, every area of your life, you've been at one stage in your life, in one way or another, in almost every area in your life, you've been to the bottom. So you could have been financially on the bottom, you could have been health-wise on the bottom, relationship-wise on the bottom, you name it, you've been there. And it's almost like a wisdom or a knowing. Maybe it was against your better judgment or your better knowing at the very beginning. I mean, growing up, you probably didn't have all that understanding that you have now, but it's at some stage, I feel like you almost had a knowing. It's almost like you knew going down this path is going to lead to the ultimate bottom, and you were like, I'm game. Let's try that. And it's almost like we say that coming to Earth. You know, the Earth still has wars. I know. And they still, you know, they kill each other. Not so that they can eat, like the animal kingdom. They actually kill each other just to kill each other. Yeah, I know. It's a bit tough. But I still want to go. Like, there's so many possibilities, and there's so much growth and so much wisdom and so much fun. There's so much fun. So once you just get a hold of how this works, you know, we can even help with the wars or however that's working out. And it's like the same thing. It's like once you got here, it's like, oh shit, it is a bit heavy. It's a bit heavy, but let's do this. Like, let's get to the bottom of this, literally in every area. So the deeper you get, the higher you can get. The rubber band analogy, maybe you've heard me use it before. Like you have the rubber band. You have a rubber band around your finger. If it's just hanging there and you have no will and you have no wish and you have no wanting of a sort, one way or another, it's just going to hang there. Nothing much is going to happen in your life. That's called boredom. And so when you start to stretch this rubber band down, like back, down to the bottom, into the dark, into the shadow side of you, the further you stretch that rubber band, and then when you let go, when you learned what you, like when you had enough, let's say, in each theme, so it's like, okay, I think it's enough here. Or divine comes in to say, hey, are you gonna see the light, or are you? Yeah, okay. That was a bit dark. That was a bit heavy. But it's like, okay, I'm gonna let go now. Or the divine steps in to say, enough already. When you let go, you're going to shoot as far into the future, into the light, into the top, into the sky as you've been on the bottom. So the further down into the shadow, the further up into the light, right? So you've been there. You've been there. You've almost been in this freaking... It's like you've been locked up inside your heart. And you really walked against the stream, against what everybody else was doing. Having your own mind comes through very strongly. Having your own mind, you make up your mind about stuff. Everybody does, but it's like you make up your mind about stuff. You don't follow what everybody else is doing, which is quite rare. And quite unique to want to go to the bottom of things. It has brought out even more authenticity in you, more realness, more... It's like when you're looking death in the eyes, it's like you test the limits, you're at the edge of things. That's when you really things of a heavier... You know, when stuff happens, you really question things. And that has brought you to your most authentic version of yourself, because then there's like a complete shift. We have a number 5 here. Did I say that? We have a number 5, which is all about change and life path. So it's like you've changed so much, and you're changing your life path. And it's like we're jumping. It's like also what seems to be different about you, or the group of Virgos that is tuning into this very message, is that usually if there's like you're going through some sort of hardship, you're going through some sort of lesson, or you're learning about something, we usually go into the next step of that, like what feels natural to move on to next, even though you don't sit planning that out. Like what is the most natural for me now? That is just life giving that to you. Because usually it's like we can't think further. Law of attraction or momentum won't allow us, first and foremost. And so we're so set in our ways about certain things. We loosen the grip a bit and move forward a bit. We loosen the grip a bit and we move forward a bit. As I'm placing these cards, it's like these two comes out, blue border, blue. It has been heavy energy. And then there's a gap. Mind the gap. So they come out like this. So there's like this happening first, and then there's a gap in the middle, and then it's two black borders with just light, just pure light coming in. With number 17 and number 19, I'll explain more in a minute. With black borders, which is all about the universe, and there's a gap in between. So it's like something is saying that you haven't walked the normal path. It's like you went to the bottom of things, to the ultimate, like phoenix rising bottom, to the dark night of the soul shadow side bottom. You know what I mean? And then instead of climbing up, or instead of taking the next, what feels natural to move on to next, or even that you dare to move on to next because it's too big of a jump if you take a bigger leap, it's like you're like, I don't have time for that now. Now we've done it all on the bottom. Let's now go to the top. So it's like you shifted. It's like almost when you were done, you were done. So it's like you're now making that quantum leap that we're talking about, that not many are really advising us to take, because it takes such a toll. It takes such a toll on our mental stability or on our emotional body. If you're really ill, really have come down with something heavy, it really takes a toll on your body to just fix it like that. Everything is fixable. Everything is reversible. Everything. But it has a certain amount of like time adjustment, so the body feels good while it shifts. If you're sort of going in with full-on cancer stage 4 and you want to clear that up in 2 days, you're going to feel like like you want to die, like you don't care. Let's just end this, because it takes such a toll on the physical body. And to shift some of your already predetermined, you already have decided who you are by all of these factors playing in, parents and stuff, teachers, doctors, whatever. It's like it's like it takes quite the person to just dare to take such a quantum leap. But you've done that somehow, some way. We're moving straight into this. I don't even have anything in between to say, and then we move on here, like I had in the Leo reading. The next step is this. This is like, no, let's just go here now. Complete dark, complete light. That's what I came here for. Okay, Virgo. Hope and light. So it's like the first, number 17. Number 17 is, which is so interesting, because it's because like this whole time is like you understood the game. You understand that all of this is just an illusion, and it's like you understood the game. Maybe you didn't fully understand it, and maybe you still don't fully understand it. But there's some sort of element or some sort of part of you that really gets that we're here to try this out. We're here to just have another go at it. And it's not that serious. It is just not that serious. It's let's see what we can do this time. And so 17 speaks about immortality, how we just never die. We just cannot die. It's a brand new beginning. It's a completion of something. You added something up. And I think this is what I say when I say this is like I'm telling your memoir. It's like we something has come full circle with this. It's like we're tying the knot. It's a full circle. Knyter ihop säcken, I would say in Swedish. And we arrived at number 7. It's like it's time to reap the rewards of what you've done in the past. It's time to let go that rubber band, so it shoots into the future. It shoots up into the light, literally into the light. So we have the sun coming out here with the number 17. Adding that 17 up, 1 plus 7 equals 8. So we have also the infinity sign, never-endedness of things, endless possibilities. And it's also what you sent out. This is the rubber band all over again. What you send out is going to come back. What you send out is going to come back. So it's like karma returns, good karma returns. So above, so below, so in heaven, so on earth. We're bringing something in, strong manifestational number, power, strength. And also with the sun, holding the sun, it's almost, I'm drawn to say Leo. So there might be you might want to check the Leo reading out, because it's the seventh time. What? No. It's the second time that I'm mentioning it. This is like energy coming out of your hands. You have healing hands. This is you maybe in the very three-dimensional reality. You now want to move into this healing modality in your life, wanting to heal other people, wanting to be a therapist, learning how to work with the light. Something like that. Very, very 3D oriented in that sense. But this is just you, like, for the story of where you came from, this is where you step into the light. You come from the complete darkness and bottom, or you're stepping into the light. We have hope on the bottom. I think you're well past hope. I don't feel hope. I feel defeat. I feel power. I feel strength. I don't feel hope. Hope is too low. The black border speaks about the universe and how you're in tune with the universe. And there's a strong, like the halo, there's like a strong halo around this light that is emanating with green. So this light is coming from a very heartfelt place, from the heart energy center. And as I do this, maybe you see that each and every one of those, not these rays, but these shorter ones are actually little people. And if you look even closer, even in here, there are people. It's almost like, and then there's you stepping through the light, coming through the light. Here, the essence of you. So it's almost like you're standing there holding your own, it's like you're here, but you're also here in the light. And he wants to show how many freaking versions of you that are activated simultaneously. We have to let go of that linear thought that we've been here before and we're going to be here in the future, but we're here simultaneously. You're here in so many different versions simultaneously. And then number 19, the light. We're stepping into the light. You've become the light because you've been the darkness. You've been the shadow and now you're in the light. And it's also number 19. So number 19 speaks about Prince of Heaven or Princess of Heaven. How there's a heavenly connection. This could be that there is just probably the most important connection we have, the connection with your higher self, with your inner being. But Prince of Heaven, Princess of Heaven usually talks about this romantic connection being made, but this is from a very, very high vibrating place. That also happened for Leo. I think it was in the extended. So there might be a connection here, Virgo. I'm going to move into your extended and see what else I can find around this most awesome story. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description box down below. If this is where we go our separate ways, then thank you so much for watching and hope to see you back soon. Bye, Virgo.